The golden age of amusement parks was more than just about thrill rides. It was about creating memories, feeling the wind in your hair, and experiencing magic that seemed to come from another world. Some of these rides captivated us with their innovation, while others tugged at the heartstrings with their whimsical charm. But just as time has a way of changing everything, many of these once iconic rides have disappeared, leaving behind only memories. Today, we're revisiting 10 lost amusement park rides that were pure magic, the ones that shaped childhoods and faded too soon. 1. The Flying Turns, a wooden coaster that sent riders down curving, bobsled-like tracks. The Flying Turns was something truly special. The ride gave you the sensation of flight, with the wind in your face and the sound of the track echoing in your ears. It wasn't about speed, it was about the thrill of the curves and the gentle drop that left you breathless. But as amusement parks began building more modern steel coasters, Flying Turns couldn't compete, and it was eventually retired. 2. The Rotor. Few rides could match the Rotor in terms of pure, dizzying sensation. Riders were pressed against the wall as the ride spun faster and faster, with the floor beneath them dropping away entirely. The centrifugal force kept them glued to the wall, and the feeling of weightlessness was enough to make anyone feel like they were floating. As the ride grew less popular and safety concerns rose, it disappeared from parks. But for those who felt the rush, it remains a thrilling memory. 3. The Skyride. The Skyride was a serene journey above the hustle and bustle of the park. It was simple. Gondolas carried passengers slowly through the air, offering breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape. It wasn't fast, but it was peaceful, a moment of calm amidst the chaos. However, with the advent of more thrilling attractions, the Skyride became outdated, and safety issues made it increasingly difficult to maintain. 4. The Turnpike Cars. For a generation of kids, the Turnpike Cars were their first taste of freedom. They could drive their own little car along a winding track, pretending to navigate the roads like adults. The thrill wasn't in speed, but in the illusion of control. The ride was loved, but as amusement parks became more focused on high-speed thrills, the Turnpike Cars faded into history, replaced by newer, faster attractions. 5. The Whip. The Whip was a ride that promised high-speed turns and sharp drops, with riders getting whipped around tight corners. It was a simple ride, but its intensity made it a favorite for many. The mechanical noise of the ride and the wild jerks of the turns added to the experience. As larger, more complex rides were developed, the Whip was phased out, but its memories live on for those who enjoyed its chaos. 6. The Caterpillar. A dark indoor roller coaster that took riders through tunnels of lights and shadows. The Caterpillar was an experience like no other. The ride was slow but thrilling, with turns and drops that made you feel like you were flying through a whimsical world. Its charm was in the simplicity of the ride and the sense of adventure it evoked. Eventually, as parks grew more advanced, the Caterpillar was retired, but it remains a cherished memory for those who experienced it. 7. Laughing Sal. Few amusement park attractions were as memorable as Laughing Sal, a giant mechanical clown who greeted visitors with her eerie, continuous laughter. Sal became a fixture at parks for years. She was creepy, funny, and endlessly fascinating to children and adults alike. While many people still recall the odd sound of her laugh, the mechanical clown was eventually phased out as parks moved away from these strange, creepy animatronics. 8. The Skydiver. The Skydiver wasn't a typical ride. It was a thrill unlike any other. Riders would experience the sensation of free falling, only to be caught in a rapid ascent back into the air. It was a rush of excitement, and the combination of heights and speed made it one of the most unique rides of its time. As amusement parks evolved, they began to focus on more modern forms of thrills, and the Skydiver was eventually retired, leaving behind a legacy of adrenaline-fueled memories. 9. The Tumblebug. The Tumblebug was a ride that tossed riders in a giant spinning drum, sending them tumbling upside down and spinning in every direction. It wasn't scary, but it was wild, and for many, it was the ultimate fun experience. With its simplicity and chaos, the Tumblebug was a staple of amusement parks for years, but as safety concerns grew and bigger rides became the norm, it disappeared from the landscape. 10. The Enchanted Forest. A boat ride through a magical forest. The enchanted forest was full of glowing trees, fairy tale creatures, and enchanting displays. It wasn't fast and it wasn't scary. It was a place of wonder. For many, it was the heart of the amusement park experience, a gentle journey through a whimsical world. But as parks began to favor larger, more intense rides, the enchanted forest was quietly retired, leaving only the memory of its soft lights and gentle sounds. Though these rides may no longer be around, they left an indelible mark on the parks they once graced. They were more than just attractions. They were part of our childhood, part of a time when amusement parks were about the magic of simple joys. Which of these rides do you miss the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this nostalgic journey, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more trips down memory lane.